Hi friends, it's me Jenna with the White Witch Parlor, and today I want to talk about places and how it affects and works with your spiritual growth and the different places that you can use for your magical practices. Now, obviously, when people think of spiritual practices and places to go, they think of churches, mosques, and just any place that looks like a temple. However, they forget that the places best to worship are sometimes just here in nature. There's so many ways that you can honor your own magic and your own spiritual growth by the environment you surround yourself with. Some people might find that churches feel a little offsetting for them, or maybe the people they're around they're not really vibing with, or they don't feel the connection because they moved to a new location. Well, nature is here to offer the same energy. You are here with the trees. It's something you've always known. The landscape might be different, but nature remains the same. There's sacred mountains, there's sacred spaces, sacred watering holes, places that just make people feel comforted and have been going for usually thousands of years. Churches, mosques, and synagogues are very great places for community. If you want to be somewhere with a community or group of people to have a shared experience, that's a great way for your spiritual growth if that's what you're vibing with. Another thing you could do is find sacred landmarks or spaces like Sedona, Arizona, or specific mountains that host community events that usually focus on meditations or just personal spiritual growth, where they get to do it with an environment of other people who have the same interests. Those are great ways for you to work in a community to evolve yourself, but not do it alone. Some people feel the happiest when they're just in a small circle. Maybe it's a moon meditation circle or something that's just a small gathering of other females who just want to feel empowered together. It really doesn't matter where you meet. Sometimes community is all you need to either propel your spiritual growth or help you get out of stagnation and just help you get into the comfort zone and flow of growing your spiritual self. You can always look for natural and geological landmarks like sacred mountains. Sacred groves or trees are wonderful places to go. Like if you can go to the redwoods, it would be a phenomenal thing to experience. The trees have so much energy, so much ancient energy, and so much stuff that can help us grow. There's a huge amount of spiritual significance in sacred groves of trees, especially the old giant ancient ones. That's why so many people flock to them for tourist attractions. But it is a beautiful place to really heal and ground your energy. Sacred bodies of water, such as certain lakes or even major rivers, are a great place for you to go and wash away your worries, wash away the old version of you so that you can grow and change into the new, better, upgraded, and higher version of yourself. It's very interesting to go to Vortex sites. If you can seek them out and you get to them, you will find a phenomenal shift in your energy when you're done with the place and you leave. You'll be an entirely new person, as if you shed your old skin and you have been rebirthed. Other really interesting energies for places to find spiritual growth are tombs. If you can find a tomb or an ancient cave, you can really feel that motherly essence like you're in a womb. It's a great place for you to heal issues that make you feel unsafe and possibly not secure in your life. It will help heal those aspects of yourself. Cemeteries are also a great place to go. It reminds you that life is not forever, at least not in this lifetime, and to live your best life. It also is a calming place that's often quiet and allows us to just really think back and reflect on our own life in our current situations and past situations, and how much we grew from tough times and how much we enjoyed the happy times. If you want to keep embarking on this journey of spiritual growth, try to find employment in working in these places. Maybe work at a Sedona, Arizona Vortex coffee shop or anywhere that would just have you around the area for much longer. Some people like to wander off to an entirely different landscape, sometimes going from something cold and wet to dry and deserty. It can shift your whole mindset. It can give you a reboot of energy. It can really just help to propel you into that next timeline that you're trying to jump to. It's not about running away from your problems. It's about addressing things, working through them, addressing your shadow self, the darker aspects of yourself, and moving forward, healed and enlightened. You're never going to know everything and you're never going to be perfect. But the more you acknowledge things, take accountability for past actions, who you were becoming and who you no longer need to be, and work through it, you can definitely make such a magical shift in your life, and so much can happen with just 1 year. I think a key thing to remember is if you're being drawn to try a new destination, go for it. Make the effort to save the money that you need. Work for yourself to do it. This is self-healing. This is also about self-care. Sometimes just changing the environment changes everything in your life. It could be for the better and it could be for what we would think would be the worst. But sometimes it's those moments of darkness that propel us into the moments of our greatest good. And so if we can learn from them, if you make a decision to put everything in your car and suddenly move to an entirely different area that throws you outside of your comfort zone, that is where you're going to find yourself truly. They often say comfort is the death of progress. This is true. If you get too comfortable in one situation, one routine, you get very stuck. So the best way to feel unstuck in your life is to change your environment. Once you change your environment, you change the essence of who you are. They also always say that you are who you hang around. You are who you are subjected to. So once you change the people, the places, the things, you will also change yourself. This doesn't mean disregarding who you are and where you came from. This just means to help yourself grow and step into your highest good. Before you think that you don't have the money to, if you have a will, there is a way. There's so many places you can go and work for free and volunteer and go and experience something, even if it's just for a week or two, so that you can get the experience and also be surrounded by this new energy. Take in the sights that maybe you've never seen before other than photos or videos, and possibly meet new people that will synchronistically just appear in your life and perhaps be friends for the rest of your life. If you're seeking a true spiritual awakening, often we just need to change our surroundings. And if you don't change your surroundings, sometimes you'll find that things in your life will turn into disarray, become chaotic, because the universe is conjuring up that earthquake in your life and that tower moment to push you in a new direction, to push you away from old things and to push you into the newest version of you. It's just like a snake shedding their skin. It's not going to be beautiful. It's probably going to be painful, but transformation is never easy. But once it's done, it is a new version. It's a new chapter, and it's a new way to move forward in your life. You still are who you were, but it's the newer version, the newer upgraded version of yourself. And this is how powerful it is just by simply changing your environment. You can fall into the tourist ways and look up places to go for a spiritual awakening, or you can just simply follow your intuition and things that you're drawn to. Are you drawn to the cold? Are you drawn to the heat, the warm sun? Or maybe you want to try something like a place that's super cold and frigid and put you completely out of your comfort zone and maybe even your safety zone, just to push you that much faster into a newer version of yourself. Maybe you always felt like you needed to be stronger. So put yourself in a place where you can invite that energy to learn how to be strong, how to be capable, and how to be self-sufficient. Another option is just creating a really beautiful personal space. If you don't have a lot of room to work with, you only need sometimes a small little nook or a corner or a window that you can fully decorate with everything that makes your heart and soul happy. Beautiful little bench that you can sit and reflect at, or even nice, beautiful pillows that you can meditate on, and just simply make a personal space that allows you to shift into that new version of yourself. Maybe paint a wall if you can, or change the complete curtain and bedding colors in your room. Shake things up a bit, change it up a bit. It's the beauty of transformation. Finding a new location for your spiritual awakening does not mean you need to spend thousands of dollars to go to a spiritual retreat. Doesn't mean you have to fly half of your family across the country or world to find that space. You can do it also in your own town, your own home, your own city. Sometimes just taking a small getaway to a specific hotel might help you. Going 5-hour trip, a small road trip for the weekend can help totally shift your mindset, bring you out of a funk or bring you out of a space where you just feel stuck and your energy needs to be renewed and flowing again. No matter what's calling you, I do urge you to take the action. Don't just have the thought. Magic works when you make the action. That's how the energy starts movement. It does start with a thought, but once you speak the words and make the motions to make it happen, it will happen. And so the more energy you put towards it, the more likelihood it will eventually come to fruition. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.